B Marsh Boxing back at it with another live stream breakdown and prediction. We got this unification fight at 122 pounds, super bantamweight. Danny Roman versus TJ Doheny. Danny Roman's 26 and 2, 10 KOs. Um, TJ Doheny's what is he? 21 and 0, 15 KOs. So it's a very good fight right here. It's a fight that's not getting um, a lot of traction. It went under the radar, but I'm looking forward to this fight. It's gonna be on and popping this weekend. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's gonna be a lot of fights, a lot of world titles on the line this weekend. So TJ Doheny, this guy came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? He's a road warrior. The man went over there to Japan and he beat Iwasa. He beat Ryosuke Iwasa for the IBF title. You know what I mean? Then he fought another Japanese. I don't know if it was on his American debut, but that fight was on the zone. Takahashi, and he knocked him out. It was a very entertaining fight, and looked like the Japanese was gonna go the distance, but in the 11th round, the man T.J. Doheny put them hands on him and dropped him, and eventually stopped him. So he's defended his world title once. You know what I mean? And after one title defense, that man's ready for unification. You know what I mean? Gotta give these guys props. You know what I mean? Gotta give anybody in boxing who's willing to unify. You gotta give them credit. You know what I'm saying? Some guys be rushed into it, like how Bob Bam rushed the man Pedraza to fight the man Lomachenko in that unification. But I'm pretty sure those were the terms of the deal. You know what I mean? If you sign with Top Rank, because Pedraza came from Showtime, PBC, Al Heyman. So I'm pretty sure Bob Bam put the terms you got to sign. If you win this title, you got to defend that on your first title defense versus Lomachenko. But at the end of the day, TJ Doheny, man, is a good fighter. Excuse me, southpaw. He's a man who those combinations. He got good head movement. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he can't get hit, but to me, he has better defense than the man Danny Roman. You know, um, he throws more straight punches than the man Danny Roman. Danny Roman's a hooker. He's a hooker by nature. But TJ Doheny can throw hooks too, especially body shots when he gets close when he has an opponent hurt. You know what I mean? He definitely has a higher KO ratio than Danny Roman, but Danny Roman is an aggressive fighter. You know what I mean? He ain't all about that boxing. He's a guy who plants his feet. He throws power shots, uppercuts, hooks, body shots, combinations to the body. That's where I think his best combinations go to the body. And then he throws them uppercuts, which is sneaky. Like it looks like a jab, but it's gonna come in an up jab, but it's like an uppercut. And he definitely drops his opponents. Don't really knock them out, but he'll put fellas on the canvas or carve their face up. You know what I mean? That's what he did with the Gavin McDaniel. It seems like that fight was so long ago, Gavin McDonald. But he eventually stopped him, I believe, in the ninth or the 10th round. You know what I mean? It was a late round stoppage, but he carved him up. He beat the shit out of Gavin McDaniel. And he also put out, what's his name? Gave that man Moises Flores. He gave him work. You know what I mean? Moises Flores was a guy who had that fight with Guillermo Rigondeaux. So 122's on and popping, and I think Danny Roman is a very good fighter. I like T.J. Doheny being a road warrior. Both of them actually won their world titles in Japan. You know what I'm saying? They both won them in Japan. I forgot the Japanese guy he fought, but he did fight back-to-back Japanese. Danny Roman. You know what I'm saying? But he beat that one Japanese to win I believe it was a vacant WBA title, the title that they snatched from Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was a world title that they took from Guillermo Rigondeaux for no reason. You check it. So I think Danny Roman, his best way to win this fight is to do what he's usually been doing in his last, ever since he won that world title. Be the come forward fighter, be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But he got to tighten up his defense because he can't get hit. You know what I mean? I think TJ Doheny has better head movement. Danny Roman doesn't have really head movement because he's just throwing punches, you know what I'm saying, from all angles. But he's a come forward fighter. It's not, it's not really a guy who bounces on his toes. TJ Doheny can use the ring. TJ Doheny got a uphill battle because I believe this fight is in California, and that's where Danny Roman's from. I think Danny Roman from LA. And TJ Doheny being on the road, he can get it done. I think the fight's at the Forum in Inglewood, so it's in Danny Roman's backyard. It's going to be a lot of Mexican Americans and Mexican fans rooting and supporting for Danny Roman, but TJ Doheny got to do what he did, like being the road warrior that he is. Coming from Japan, coming over there to Madison Square Garden. Now he's going over to this man Danny Roman's backyard. But I think that the man T.J. Doheny has got to land the cleaner, effective punches. He got to go for the knockout. You know what I mean? He got to be the slicker boxer, and he got to go for the knockout. But I think Danny Roman is excellent at closing the distance. You know what I mean? He's excellent at closing the distance and getting up close. And now he's landing them right and left hooks to the head, right and left hooks to the body, and them uppercuts. You know what I mean? And if TJ die and he can fight off the back foot, he can win this fight. But I think this fight's gonna be a war. Both guys gonna bring the pain. Fellas gonna get cut up and carved up. But I think Danny Roman ultimately will win the fight. Close fight. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna win 7 rounds to 5. Might even be closer to a draw. But I think Danny Roman will get the nod because he is the hometown fighter. But I'm looking forward to this fight. I've seen Rungvisai versus Estrada, a fight I'm looking forward to, and I believe this fight is going to be on the undercard. Um, this T.J. Doheny and Danny Roman unification going to be on the undercard of Estrada and Rungvisai. But I haven't seen a unification in a while at 122 pounds. I believe the last one we had was Guillermo Rigondeaux's WBA belt versus the WBO champ Nonito Donaire. That's the last unification we've had at 122. So it's been long overdue. But in boxing, it's always long overdue. We should have unifications at least 6 to 8 happening every year. At least 6 to 8 from different divisions. You know what I mean? But overall, all the DAZN fighters at 122, that's where all the champions are, except for Carlos Navarrete, the guy who beat Drogba, not Drogba, what's his name? What the fuck is his name, man? Isaac Dogbe from Ghana, you know what I mean? So he's on ESPN side. 3 other champs are over there on the zone. Ray Vargas, TJ Doheny, and Danny Roman. Unless we get a draw, somebody will be unified, and I'm leaning towards Danny Roman winning a close split decision. Might be a majority decision, but a close fight, 7 rounds to 5, might be a draw. But I think Danny Roman will get the victory and unify the belts in a close fight. It might be controversial because I think TJ Doheny is a very good fighter. You know what I mean? I like his straight left hand. I like his boxing skills. He's a good fighter. He ain't win them belts on fluke. He outboxed his opponents, you know what I mean? And he even stopped his last opponent. So I think Danny Roman, even though he's not the harder puncher, I think his work rate is what's gonna win him this fight. You know what I mean? T.J. Doheny throws combinations, but we'll have to see if he'll be throwing combinations, punches and bunches, when there's adversity being thrown right back to him. You know what I mean? We shall see. But I got Danny Roman winning this fight in unified. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know how you guys see this fight. Let me know if you're looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Because I know I am. It's one of the best fights this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm even looking forward to it big time, just like that unification with Zulani Tete and Donaire. All right? Be more